Hi, it is free chatting time. So, as usual, when I release Chinese videos without release the English one, then many friends will message me asking me what is the Chinese videos I release is about. And last night I released 3 videos, okay, 1.5 hour long for 3 videos. And so I received many messages from our friends in the West. So here I like to explain what is that those videos is about, so everybody know what is it. Now, so we all know, everybody know that since mid of March, you have this fighting with the guy who fight the Tai Chi practitioner last year, fought the Wing Chun guy, okay, and then the one-arm fighter, MMA fighter or boxer fighting the Wing Chun guys, Wing Chun Sifu. So because of this happen, there are many issues raised, like is the Chinese martial art is completely nonsense, it's in the news in everywhere, okay, now. So there are many hearsays and there are many solutions proposed to Wing Chuners. Oh, you need to train like the guy who is in the street, or you have to have a tougher psychology, you need to train your body this way, that way, all kinds of stuff, okay? So about a few days ago, some friend in Asia sent me 2 videos, okay? First one is this video from this guy who get defeated by the MMA player, the Tai Chi guy. Okay, in this video, he said that there is no longer existence of Chinese martial arts. Okay, there's none in China anymore. Okay, so the ancestors' art is lost, is gone. And this guy, the single arm boxer who fought the Wing Chun Sifu, is saying in the interview that he trained Wing Chun for so many years, and then he say in the interview that Wing Chun is not useful because Wing Chun doesn't even do squat, Wing Chun doesn't have power, no power training, he can just go crush the Wing Chuners, okay? Well, the friend in Asia sent me this and tell me that it is a serious issue now, because at the beginning, when these two guys lost, people say, well, you know, this is not Wing Chuners and so forth. Okay, they have fake Wing Chun, not real Wing Chun. Now, when this guy, who is the one-arm fighter from the MMA side, who defeat that Wing Chun Sifu's, say in public that he trained in Wing Chun for 7 years, is not useful, that's why he switched to MMA and boxing and so forth. Now you got a problem, okay? And then with all this try to fix things, like, oh yeah, you know, you need to train Wing Chun this way, it has to be trained in this Western sport way, or in the street fighting way, all kinds of stuff there. Now there is an issue. I mean, so is Chinese martial art real or fantasy? Is Chinese Kung Fu is real or fantasy? This is a very serious issue now. Okay. So, I retire. I don't want to deal with this. Always in martial art is people talking about, oh, I fight you, you fight me, who is the better, and all kind of stuff. Okay. But then when I get into that, this is into a cultural stuff. Okay. So I said, I wrote an article in Chinese. Okay. I told everybody I retire on the Wing Chun style on February 1st of February and so forth. I'm going to share this view based on the like a researcher, okay, not a Wing Chun or anything, okay. So for the video, what I share at first is say, what you want to discuss, you need to know, okay, the mindset. Are we talking about knowing why, how, and what it is, and then we find a solutions, not to blame anybody right or wrong, okay, just find a solution, because now solutions needed. You have 4 million Wing Chuners now they're stuck, and then you have people like this boxer guy who have no idea what is Wing Chun or the Chinese culture, giving his opinion, which is true because this is his experience. So you need a solution. You cannot say, well, all Wing Chun is fake. Wing Chun is fake. Tai Chi is fake. All the Chinese Kung Fu is fake. MMA is real. You need to like they propose that, oh, you need to go do MMA, okay? This Tai Chi guy also now he's doing MMA. You can see in video. So the mindset is that, are we going to discuss in a civil way on what, why, how, and find a solution to fix this, to solve this, okay? Not to blame anybody. Or we want to talk in the mindset of, like this, what do you call that? Like those tribals in the 1,000 years ago. Hey, I fought you, I win. And that's why my God is much more mightier than your God, and my tribe leader, okay, my chief is the media of the God, okay. So if you want to talk about like that, then there's no solution. And if you want to just use any means to put Wing Chun down, there's no solution. You just use any means to put a Chinese martial art down, you have, what is point to talk that way? If you want talk about with the mindset of solving problem, like in the Silicon Valley, you have to know what, why, how, and solve the issue, solve the solution, so everybody win, because everybody can learn, okay? So I go through what is in this book, which is all in my video, because I didn't make any Chinese video on, based on the 500 years ago from Qi Ji Guang, Tang Sun Zhi, and then go to the Shaolin short strike, 1784. Okay, so it's from 1560, 1784, and I dropped in thing which is I didn't share with you guys before. I did have a lot of data in the 1920s. Okay, yes, all this line. So I show them. So I show people on what is this Qi Ji Guang means. So you can trace for 500 years. Okay, and what is the core? The core is imposed momentum. That's the bottom line of Chinese martial arts, because since Qi Ji Guang time, all the mainstream, the proper Chinese martial art trainer is going through is all referred to this General Qi Ji Guang's teaching, okay, or his concept. And be it in the southern or the northern, I even bring out the dog style, okay. It's all that, okay, momentum. The second thing is the 4 zone of momentum, the 4 fighting zone of the momentum, okay. And I prove to people that even with the dog fish, okay, the dog style in Fujian, they have that, okay. By writing, describe very clearly, okay, if the long fist fight, I have to have the long and the short as a short limbs, okay, like maybe, you know, example, you kick with the long distance kick, you know, long fist zone, and you always have the fist to back it up, okay. So like if I want to chop down, I always have something on the other hand for the shoulder, okay, so you can set up and so forth. That's long fist. And then for the short strike, okay, even the dog fist, okay, they have this close body and using the knee to crush in and all kind of stuff like we've been taught, you know, like short strike. And then the short strike even mentioned that on the takedown and how to get down to the ground. You get straight down to the ground, or you go just straight take the guy to the ground, or you going down to the ground yourself. And then there are many different variations. So just to prove that it is this, okay, this is only the way we categorize in today's language. This is what they are, okay. So, and then I explain about momentum, okay. I explain about the like in this book, the imposed momentum, and then the 4 momentum zone, like in the first 2 chapters. And then I go through like the 3rd chapters, which is you go for the Wing Chun, okay. So it's a short strike art, okay. And then I go through the breathing type, the momentum handling, the 4 points, and then the body and the what do you call it? The body, the feet or the legs and the arm has to be one. Okay, going through all those things, so that I say that the solution is simple. First, if you want to talk about Chinese martial art, we need to follow what the Chinese martial art ancestor is teaching. The first is momentum. The second is after General Qi Ji Guang, you have this four momentum zone, and then you have this training. You have to develop your body and be able to handle your specialty on your fighting arts. Okay. Then if you do that, how far is that? Compare the difference between this type of system and the MMA, you practically don't see much difference if you train that way. Of course you can, again I show them that you can train like for example using scientific instrument today to help you get more efficient, okay. And sure, you know, you have style like BJJ who do really good in research in the past 100 years. That thing you can learn, okay. But it is all still within this 4 momentum zone, and also the technology. Fighting is an mature technology. It's like this iPad. 10 years ago until 3 years ago, you can see a lot change, but from 3 years ago until today, the change slowed down. And so you said today's MMA in compared with the General Qi Ji Guang 500 years ago, it is not a lot of change anymore if you really investigate it, okay? Now the issue is that if you don't train in the momentum, in-post momentum, you don't know about it, you don't know about the 4 momentum zone, you don't know about, since Qi Ji Guang time, the holistic style of the China, including the short strike and the dog fist, all already have in this 4 momentum zone, and then their specialty and the what do you call it, the dog fist is like it is specialized with the short strike and over here. Okay, so Wing Chun is from here to here. The dog fist is like this. Okay, with this is more like that. Okay, so we need to know that to solve this. And then I share with everybody, say, at that case, okay, let's examine in what happened in this fighting since last year. Okay, so at first I show everybody this is a fighting with the what do you call it, with the tigers versus tiger. You see how the momentum, in-post momentum go to each other, and how the handle of the center of gravity and how the handle of the body. Okay, and if you look into this, you look at it right away, you see that the MMA guy have a very well handled in-post momentum prerequisites, and his center of gravity is at front, but this guy is putting center of gravity behind, his body stretched out. So he's going to shoot in right away, you cannot take it. Okay, now, so like this, when you shoot in post momentum, it's going to go fly because you cannot handle it. Okay, now when this get bound, when this get mounted down to the ground without the training of the 4 handling, without the training of these 4 handles, you're gonna get mounted down there, you couldn't even move. Okay, because you don't not sure how to handle the general impulse momentum. Now, so with this guy, the fighting of this guy with the Wing Chun guy, you look at that. Same thing, you put your CG behind, and then you put this like movie, this is entirely open. Well, this is a basic momentum issue. The same with the Tai Chi guy. Okay? Now, the same thing with this guy. Right? He is going forward, and this guy, at the same time he want to punch him, his CG is going back. Okay, so how is this going to handle his impulse momentum? Well, this guy have a good handling. Those MMA guy have a good handling. Okay, the same thing here. You try to kick, but you're going backward, and this is going forward. Of course, you're not going to be able to take that. Okay, and then this guy, you stand there and punch, and the MMA guy doesn't care. Why? Because over here, the arm is going by itself, the body stay there, and the legs stay there, the feet stay there. And the MMA guy is looking for go straight in, okay, with the body, the feet, and the arm, okay. So, and then when you get into the second zone, well, the guy cannot handle it. So the last year Tai Chi issue, the Tai Chi player issue, and this year the Wing Chun players issue, both of them are violating what the traditional Chinese martial art is about. Number one is momentum, the second is the 4 momentum zone. You need to cover that. You don't have the basic. If you don't have the basic, you can expect what is the consequence. And in this time, as you can see, you know, the MMA guy, the MMA guy Xu Xiaodong and the guy who have a one arm, they actually follow the teaching of Qi Ji Guang and the teaching of the momentum and impulse momentum and so forth. So I said, well, there's no need to say that Kung Fu is bad, is fake, and everything. Why? Because right now the guy who fight, who train in MMA actually is practice what is the teaching being written down, okay, since 1560, and you can read it until early 1900. Well, is there any MMA in 1900? Early 1900? You don't. So right now your MMA guy is fighting using the Chinese teaching. Okay, the Chinese traditional Chinese martial art teaching, and the guy who think themselves train Tai Chi or Wing Chun is not. So it got nothing to do with, or I should say that it is not about MMA fighting Wing Chun, MMA fighting Tai Chi, because right now the guy who represent the Tai Chi and Wing Chun both do not follow what is the Chinese traditional Chinese martial art teaching is about. So the solution is learning about the impulse momentum, learning the 4 momentum zone, what is it, and learning the characteristics of of individuals' different styles. Okay, and sure, you know, you can compete with the MMA, you know, different people, but that's got nothing to do with, oh yeah, MMA beat Wing Chun, MMA beat Tai Chi, everything. What do you mean? Because you look at that thing is it rooted to unable to identify the issue is the unknowing of the momentum. The second is do not understand about the 4 momentum exists since General Qi Ji Guang time. So there's basic educations. Okay. So don't make anybody right or wrong. It is simply, as I always say, after the Opium War of the Chinese since 1850s and so forth, the Chinese culture is not well known. Okay. So that is the solution. Okay, everybody can learn from each other. You know, like I say, that you can learn from the BJJ guy. They have some special things, special way of handling momentum, which is good. However, you look at the like the dogfish, they have their specialty there too, which because we never investigate in it, we don't know. Same with the Wing Chun. Okay. But we don't want to jump gun to comment on things we have no idea. As I always say, the minute we say I think I know without showing evidence, there's ego. Okay. So that's why I share with everybody, and it is here. So this book I write it. Okay, you can look at this book. It's like, how about it is the basic of Chinese traditional Chinese martial arts, where it deal with impulse momentum. Okay, the first chapter is about the entire Chinese martial arts style in general. The second, how it's going to look into the impulse momentum, and then third is implement in the Wing Chun, and then the system, the general and the Wing Chun, and all sorts of stuff here. So this is like a high school physics books. If you want to learn about physics, a high school physics book, right? Now, if people doesn't want to invest on the knowledge of the basic momentum, impulse momentum, and the 4 momentum zone, and the characteristics of Wing Chun, then nobody can help. Okay. See, for example, you buy this book, how much is going to pay? Maybe like one dinar, the price of one dinar. But that's not the point. The point is, if one don't read it and really think clearly and analyze it and then apply to the training properly, how is one going to supposed to develop the skill of traditional Chinese martial art and Wing Chun? You can. Okay? Like we buy a physics book, we go to a physics class, we study physics, and then we know it. But we cannot say, well, I don't need to study impulse momentum. I just think whatever I want. Okay, I don't want to do homework. Or you know what? Yeah, I have this book. I already know everything. Okay, and everything go as usual. You cannot do that. Okay, so the 3 videos is to present everything in details, and I even explain to everybody. Now, if I want to generate an impulse, okay, the first thing is I need to know how to handle my COG, my center of gravity. No, center of gravity is not put in the middle, in the Dantian area, or put in my back leg, or don't care. No. You need to know how to handle the COG. And then you need to know, because your body is the most weighted in your trunk is the most, your core is the most weighted in your body. You need to know how to handle the body. And then your feet support it, and then your arm, okay, is implementing how to release this impulse. So you need the four handles, okay, and then the breathing is needed. You know, this is the 4 handles, and then the breathing you needed. If you cannot breathe, you're dead, okay. So it's not like, oh, you know, I need to go train in the MMA way or this way and that way. What if this is true? Are you saying that General Qi Shi Guang 500 years ago have to, his army have to train the MMA way to fight the Japanese pirate? Or they train in the ancient traditional Chinese martial art way and they be able to fight the Japanese pirate? So it's very simple stuff. It's just impulse momentum. That's the bottom line. You know, if we keeping making the impulse momentum, what do you call it? Simple physical impulse momentum really mystical. Qi, Jing, and all this kind of stuff. And then we ignore that 4 momentum zone and we're thinking, oh yeah, we can just using this empty Jing to push you internal mind power. What do you expect this in the real life? Okay, you're going to expect this. You're going to expect that mounting, you expect this. And the solution is very simple. Get to the basic. The Chinese martial art ancestor already tell you 500 years ago and continues even until, can prove it until the early 1900s and continue on. This books all around. Okay. So this is what I like to I share with everybody in Chinese, and I like to share with everybody here too. Don't make a simple thing difficult. Traditional Chinese martial have no problem. The problem is that if we want to bypass impulse momentum, we want to bypass the 4 momentum zone, then that is the problem. Okay. And MMA and traditional Chinese martial, actually they are in the same physical plane, same impulse momentum biomechanic plane, like I explained the last chapter here. So it solved the issue for everybody, you know. Chinese martial artists and the MMA player can be friends, can exchange. You know, who to say that who always have to win? If you get the, like in the Chinese video I say that this, if you get General Qi Shi Guang fought the Japanese pilot 1 by 1, it's not necessary General Qi Shi Guang will win. Because at that time, General Qi Ji Guang is using technology, handling of the impulse momentum, and so forth. And he win by a mass, okay? His generation, he upgrade his generations, okay? Not by, hey, you know, I win, I defeat you. Oh, so I'm God, okay? Praise to me, bow to me, homage to me. Not those things. Those are not reality. The reality is even Muhammad Ali can lose. Everybody can lose and can learn. So why not making life this way? Instead of stuck in the pit, say, oh, you know what? The Grandmaster say this, the Grandmaster say that, and end up that what the Grandmaster said have got nothing to do with what the General Qi Ji Guang or the traditional Chinese martial art is about. And then now you have a MMA here who is actually following the teaching of the ancestral traditional Chinese martial art. And then now you trap in this fantasy or this hallucination world. You trap, you cannot get out. You can give as much alibi or as much reasoning, like at the beginning. Okay, when that happened in the match, they say, oh, this two guy is not Wing Chun. That's not real Wing Chun. But now the guy who defeat the Wing Chun say, well, you know, I'm a Wing Chun too. But it doesn't work. That's why I go train boxing, and then that's why, you know, Wing Chun right now it just doesn't work. It cannot have the power. What are you going to say? There's trapped in that world which is non-existent. It's non-reasonable. Okay. So when I wrote this book, I really foresee people sometimes thinking, oh, you must be ego, blah blah blah. You stretch too far. And I have no predictions on what will happen on March 18 or March 15 with the MMA. Xi Xiaodong fought the Wing Chuners. But I already, if you watch the Wing Chun Matrix, I already keeping telling people that don't do that. If you do that, you get in trouble. Okay? This is technology. This is physics. Let's not make simple things difficult, and then we all can live much more happily. No pressure. You don't have to prove Wing Chun is real or fake. You don't have to, because Wing Chun is as real as all MMA. The issue is that if we took away the impulse momentum and the form momentum zone, now we are living in a different world. Okay? And if you can continue to do this kind of stuff, like a movie, then you're living in a movie. Okay? So this is to share with you today. Get it and study words by words every ideas. Okay? If you're really serious about learning, what is it? Okay? If you invest so long in Wing Chun already, you deserve to know what it is. And Wing Chun is not bad. It's not the top of the world, but it is part. Okay? Because it's a short strike art. It's a very good short strike art. Okay? It is like your Porsche and your Ferrari and everything, they are good sport cars. So this is for you today. Let's live in a democratic world. Solve problem. No need to get into I'm better than you, I beat you, my lineage is better, my grandmaster is better, and all those kind of stuff. Okay, those just wasting of time, and you and me doesn't learn anything, doesn't progress.